check, 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 check. Hey, test. Check, check. Hey, test. Test. Check. Hey, test.
Hello, check. Hello, hello, check. Hello, hello.
Good evening, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. May I request those who are just walking in to please quickly find a seat. A reminder to those who are here already to kindly keep your mobile phones in the silent mode. We're now almost at the close of the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee meeting that was ongoing since the 21st of July. The meeting being held in India for the first time brought together delegates from around the world to discuss and collaborate on preserving cultural, natural, and mixed heritage. The meeting also showcased India's diverse and unique cultural and natural heritage. A warm welcome on behalf of the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, and the Archaeological Survey of India to now this closing segment. We are pleased to have many special guests with us for this concluding event and welcome the Union Minister for Tourism and Culture, the Director General ASI, the Secretary Culture, the Chairperson of the 46th session of the WHC, and other senior officials of the WHC with us. Right at the outset, I'd like to request the Director General of ASI, Mr. Yadubir Singh Rawat, to please welcome all our guests. This way, sir.
Honorable Minister of Culture and Tourism, Sri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji, ADG Culture UNESCO Mr. Ernesto Otano Romrij, Sri Govind Mohan ji, Secretary Minister of Culture, Sri Vishal V. Sharma ji, Ambassador and Permanent Representative of India to UNESCO, and the Chair of the 46th session of WHC. Excellencies, delegates of the ongoing UNESCO World Heritage Committee, my colleagues in ASI and MOC, ladies and gentlemen. As we come to the close of the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee, I express my immense pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the Archaeological Survey of India and Ministry of Culture in today's closing ceremony, which has been advanced one day. The busy schedule of the WHC did not make us to realize how these 10 days passed. In the session, 136 countries joined as state participants. In addition, there were participants from another 12 countries who joined as observer, advisor in the session. In all, 1,517 delegates participated. The delegates have engaged in insightful discussions, witnessed the inscription of 24 new World Heritage properties, 19 cultural, 4 natural, and 1 mix. The inscription of 24 property across the world brought tremendous joy and pride to the participants. India feels pride to get its unique property modems also inscribed into the list. This event, hosted for the first time in India, has been a momentous occasion. We have been honored to welcome you to our country and hope that you have been able to experience our rich history and culture. I hope many of you have visited some of the World Heritage sites situated in and around Delhi, Agra and Jaipur. Our site managers were happy to host you at different sites like Qutub Minar, Humayun Tomb, Red Fort, and monuments at Agra and Jaipur. I hope that most of the delegates enjoyed the trip and appreciated the ASI efforts to maintaining the authenticity of these sites. The successfully conducted committee session has been an enriching experience. I am sure the decision made during the committee will greatly contribute to a deeper understanding of the World Heritage. Thank you. Wishing you all safe travels. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, on the occasion of the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee meeting, initiated Project Pari, which is Public Art of India, and under it, the Lalit Kala Academy, an autonomous institution under the Ministry of Culture, invited more than 150 visual artists from all over the country. Project Pari aims to provide a platform to uplift the aesthetic and cultural outlook of Delhi while adding grandeur to the rich historical legacy of our national capital. Project Pari brings together emerging artists onto one platform to make public art popular, and these artists worked on various sites in the national capital for the beautification of the public spaces for this event. The representation of art in public spaces is particularly significant as it showcases the nation's rich and diverse cultural heritage. Project Pari aims to stimulate dialogue, reflection, and inspire, contributing to the dynamic cultural fabric of the nation. As we share this film on Project Pari, I'd like to request our photographers to kindly be seated so that you're not blocking the view of all our guests there. All photographers, please move either to the side or please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we share with you a short film on Project Pari.
These are no ordinary walls. Drenched in tradition and history. They're a vibrant and visual representation of the thousands of years of the artistic legacies of Bharat. Namaskar and welcome to Delhi, where walls like the ones behind me and all around me and public places like this are pulsating with creativity, with a fresh artistic spirit under Project Pari. The Public Art of India, or Project Pari, is an initiative of the Ministry of Culture, Lalit Kala Academy, and the National Gallery of Modern Art. It seeks to infuse creativity into public spaces by amalgamating elements from our Lok Kala and Sanskriti with modern themes and techniques. Especially now, as the chair and host of UNESCO's 46th World Heritage Committee, Bharat is prioritizing the involvement of local communities in its heritage conservation efforts. The birth of Project Pari as a nationwide movement is a testament to this commitment. A commitment in safeguarding the identities and narratives of artists that truly reflects the belief, history, and way of life of these diverse communities and indigenous tribes.
प्रोजेक्ट परी पब्लिक आर्ट को लोकप्रिय बनाने के लिए उभरते कलाकारों को एक मंच पर लाने का बड़ा माध्यम बन रहा है।
Our art forms are a reflection of the rich cultural heritage of our country. These art forms passed down through generations are practiced even today. Yet, they remain obscure in mainstream contemporary life. Under Project Pari, concerted efforts have been made to showcase them on a bigger canvas in a bustling metropolis like Delhi. To make them accessible for all to appreciate, admire, and take pride in the spirit of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. Here stands a monumental 20-foot structure inspired by the ancient Sanchi Toran, which was built between 50 BC and 150 AD. Reimagined by artist Madhukar P., this magnificent artwork has been meticulously crafted from scrap iron and structural rods, embodying a dynamic balance between engineering precision and artistic ingenuity. This installation is a homage to the 10,000-year history of human civilization. This 20-foot sculpture named Monolithic Guardians by Chaurvi Agarwal is placed in the heart of Delhi's Windsor Place and scores high in visual hierarchy. But the biggest and one of my favorites is this one. This 26-foot sculpture, Agni Tattva, by Yogesh Prajapati at Bharat Mandapam, goes beyond just being a visual spectacle. It is a remarkable portrayal of the ancient concept of Agni, or fire, as one of the elements in Hinduism that makes up the universe, and the one that burns within. Immersive and inescapable, awe-inspiring and thought-provoking. The artworks by 200+ visual artists from all over Bharat is connecting people and inspiring reflection. Inspired by themes of nature, everyday life, Nari Shakti, and myths and folklore. The cultural richness of these artworks has transformed Delhi into an open-air museum gallery.
पब्लिक आर्ट प्रोजेक्ट के तहत अनेक कलाकृतियों को जहां देश के विभिन्न कलाकारों ने यहां आकर के अपनी कला का प्रदर्शन जो है उत्कीर्णन किया है.
That's the Ministry of Culture's Project Pari for you. A wonderful initiative that's coming soon to your city.
I'd like to now request our honoured guest to please come up onto the dais. The Honourable Minister, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, the Chairman of the 46th WHC, Mr. Vishal Sharma, the ADG Culture, Mr. Ernesto Otone Ramirez, the Director WHC, Mr. Lazare Ilondo Asomo, the Secretary, Culture, Mr. Govind Mohan, the DG ASI, Mr. Yadubir Singh Rawat, to please join us up on stage. As was mentioned in the film that you just saw, Pari Project was very unique in bringing together traditional and contemporary artists in such large numbers to work together. UNESCO World Heritage Sites as well as Natural Heritage Sites have been part of the artworks that were executed along with various other themes. And the aim of the Pari Project was to provide a platform to uplift the aesthetic and cultural outlook of Delhi while adding grandeur to the historical legacy of our capital. We now have 19 sites where Project Pari has had its art exhibited, all catalogued in a very special volume that we have in front of you, sir. And I'd like to request the Honourable Union Minister, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji, to please release this special catalogue. All other guests on the dais have copies as well. If you could hold it up to the audience for them to be able to see it. This is the Pari catalogue, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Congratulations to the Ministry for having successfully conducted that exercise. I'd like to now request the ADG Culture, WHC UNESCO, Mr. Ernesto Renato Otone Ramirez, to please address the gathering.
Excellency, Mr. Minister of Culture, Mr. Chairperson of the World Heritage Committee, Mr. Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India, Ministers, Excellencies, members of the committee, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As we come to close of the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee here in India, in this beautiful city of New Delhi, allow me to thank you. Your Excellency, Mr. Minister of Culture, Mr. Director General of Archaeological Survey of India, and the people of India for their warm hospitality and impeccable organization of this major event. Your commitment to the values and goals of UNESCO has been evident throughout this session, and you could be filled with a sense of pride and accomplishment. Excellencies, this session has been a testament to our collective commitment to preserving and celebrating the culture and natural heritage of the world. Throughout our discussions and your deliberations, we have been reminded of the profound importance of our mission. World Heritage is not merely about conservation of sites. It is about fostering a global vision, a vision that recognizes the outstanding universal values of these sites, ensuring that they are protected for future generations. For over 5 decades, nations have united under the banner of the World Heritage Convention. This unity reflects our shared dedication to safeguarding our common heritage, an endeavor that is more crucial than ever in our rapidly changing world. In this regard, I am pleased to announce Nauru's ratification to the 72 Convention as the 196th state party, making this convention the most widely ratified international normative instrument. It was the country that was missing, a new country, a new seat from the Pacific. We are very proud to have them on board, and they will join us in October, so that in the next committee we will have all member states of the world in the World Heritage. Excellencies, heritage has the power to drive sustainable development. It unites community, fosters dialogue, and enhances cooperation. The role of culture in building peace, democracy, and sustainable development is now universally acknowledged. UNESCO's contribution to the post-2030 agenda underscores the integral role of culture in this process. Moreover, during Mondiacult 2022, the largest world conference devoted to culture in the last 40 years, you, member states, affirmed for the first time that culture is a global public good, and it has to be included as a specific objective in its own among the next United Nations Sustainable Development Goals for beyond 2030. However, our heritage faces numerous threats, and it is our shared responsibility to anticipate and mitigate these risks. The support for protecting World Heritage sites must be steadfast and unwavering. This session in New Delhi has reinforced our collective commitment to this cause. In this spirit, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the Government of India, who, through the voice of its Prime Minister, has announced at the opening of this very session a substantial contribution of $1 million to the World Heritage Center. No doubt that this contribution will contribute to the reinforcement of capacity building, technical assistance and conservation of World Heritage sites, and those to overall implementation of the Convention. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, the success of this session will not have been possible without your dedication and hard work. Dialogue and consensus have defined the spirit of the decision taken. Let us continue to carry forward this method of work. And as it was announced in the morning, let us go to Sofia in Bulgaria, where we're going to have our next meeting next year. These good vibes that we received here in India. I have to say, Minister, if you allow me, that now we understand when Ambassador Vishal was talking about the ancient civilization in the world. Because all of us who had the experience to visit one of the World Heritage Sites, it was with a profound emotion that we were on those sites. And I can assure you that the way that you are protecting those sites is exemplary. About the inscriptions. It's about safeguarding, and it's the starting point of the obligation that you, as member states, have with those sites, with your cities, with your countries, with your communities. Thank you so much, Minister.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite the chairperson of the 46th World Heritage Committee, Ambassador Vishal Sharma, to please address the congregation.
Honorable Minister of Culture of India, Secretary, Ministry of Culture, President of the 42nd General Conference, Ambassador Shimona Mirculescu, Additional Director General of Culture of UNESCO, Director of the World Heritage Center, Deputy Director of the World Heritage Center, Excellencies and colleagues, Namaste. Hope you all had a wonderful time in India. Hope you loved the Indian cuisine. Did a lot of shopping. Visited many sites. And are taking back a lifetime our hearts. It was my great honor to serve the 195 countries of the convention in my capacity as chairperson. I thank you all for the trust placed in me and your cooperation. Though I made you sit from morning to evening, day after day, we did cover a large number of decisions. What you achieved through efficient time management and skilled international diplomacy is something to be proud of. The World Heritage Committee bears a tremendous responsibility, and I can only commend the professional manner and transparency in which you have conducted your deliberations and encouraged debate. In this session, we had many contentious geopolitical issues, but you have proven that negotiations and diplomacy can resolve even the most complex ones. I therefore express my thanks to DG UNESCO, Madame Audrey Azoulay, and to ADG Culture, Mr. Ernesto Ottone, who tirelessly strive to push the negotiations and arrive at a consensus. The consensus that you saw in the session was the result of months of diplomatic back and forth. I also thank DG UNESCO for agreeing to wear a sari, the traditional Indian dress of women across India and other countries. It was a mark of respect for the women of India, and I thank her for her. We appreciate her. As the 46th session comes to an end, I thank again the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, the Ministry of Culture, the Archaeological Survey of India, Ministry of External Affairs, the National Commission under the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Tourism, and other agencies and ministries of the Government of India for their outstanding cooperation and collaboration. My special thanks to Secretary, Ministry of Culture, Mr. Govind Mohan ji, the ASFA, Mr. Ranjana Chopra ji, JS Culture Gurmeet Chawla, DG ASI Mr. Yadubir Singh Rawat, and ADG ASI Mr. Janvit Sharma, to name only a few. I thank the entire team, the focal points, the Director of the World Heritage Center, Mr. Lazar Ilendo Asamo, Deputy Director, Ms. Hoser Grahar, Ms. Federique Aubert, Mr. Richard Veillon, Mr. David Martel, the advisory bodies, the remarkable work of the interpreters, technicians, press center staff, interns, the UNESCO World Heritage Center Secretariat, the Indian volunteers from various colleges of India. Tomorrow, we are going to call each and every one of you on stage and to thank you publicly. Your effort and your dedication deserves to be acknowledged. It is to thanks to you all that our convention is alive. I acknowledge the state parties of the convention for their active participation and for bringing new energy to our debates. I also thank the NGOs, the civil society members, and members of the media for your support. In the last few days, we have witnessed the inscription of exceptional sites highlighting the importance of the success of the World Heritage Convention. Culture has once again been able to transcend socio-political lines for the benefit of humanity. We have witnessed the emergency inscription of sites in vulnerable situations. We saw international assistance being granted to states seeking help. The sites inscribed on the World Heritage List belong to all of humanity. I appeal to all state parties to actively participate in their preservation and conservation for the future generations. Before the 46th session, there were 1,199 properties on the World Heritage List. The first property to be inscribed in the 46th session is believed to be the Moidams, mound burial system of the Ahom dynasty from the state of Assam. It became the 1,200th property. Now, as the committee leaves India, it has 1,223 properties on the World Heritage List. You have visited some of them, namely Humayun's tomb, Red Fort, some properties in Jaipur, Taj Mahal, etc. India, where man first lifted his head up and looked up at the night sky and wondered, where did he come from? It was in India where man first understood the wonder of the number 0. It was in India where the son of the king of Kapila Vastu left his kingdom and went into the forest, not to conquer others, but to try to find an answer to the question, why does humanity suffer? And when he found the answer to his question, that was also in India. India, with her 625,000 villages, 700 cities, 1.43 billion people, looks forward to welcoming you again with friends and your families. Do upload your photos and tag the hashtag 46com and tag me on Vishal V. Sharma 7 so that our link is forever. Thank you and safe travels.
Thank you, Ambassador Sharma. I'd like to now invite the Honorable Minister for Culture and Tourism, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji, to please share his thoughts with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, all good things have to end. Though I say, it is indeed a bit sad that before we are able to absorb the interesting and enlightening deliberations of the last few days, the entire event is drawing to a close. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting over the dais, Govind Mohanji, Secretary Culture, Government of India, Shri Vishal S. Sharma, Chairperson 46th Session of the World Heritage Committee, Mr. Ernesto Oton Ramirez, ADG Culture, UNESCO, Mr. Yadubir Singh Rawat, Director General, ASI, Dr. Lazare Alondo Asome, Director, World Heritage Center Secretariat, delegates and friends. India is proud to have hosted the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee, the meeting from 21st to 31st July 2024. For the first time in the historic city of Delhi, we are grateful to the UNESCO Secretariat for providing us this rare opportunity to host this session, and we thank all the delegates for participating in various events of the session. We hope the Bureau meetings, the side events, and various exhibitions were interesting and fruitful for all of you. We also hope that you enjoyed your stay with us here in India. Dear delegates, India prioritizes the core concern of cultural sector globally, particularly those of the global south. In the new Delhi Leaders Declaration 2023, under India's leadership, the G20 membership unanimously endorsed the advancement of culture as a standalone goal in the post-2030 development framework, marking a paradigm shift in the global developmental strategy. Our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has already announced to contribute $1 million to the UNESCO World Heritage Center. As committed, this grant will be used for capacity building, technical assistance, and conservation of World Heritage sites, especially benefiting Global South countries. In his inaugural address, our Honorable Prime Minister stressed the need for all the countries to come together to promote each other's heritage and amplify the spirit of human welfare. Moving ahead with the slogan, Vikas Bhi and Virasat Bhi, the twin objectives of the development and conserving the heritage. India is committed to promote global cooperation and engaging local communities in heritage conservation. Dear delegates, even before the formal inauguration of this 46th session, we commenced two distinct and significant capacity building activities, the Young Heritage Professionals Forum and the Site Managers Forum. Both these events were aimed to further enhance the skill of the present and aspiring custodians and administrators of heritage sites, and at the same time provide them information afresh, ideas and professional context. During the present session, 24 properties have found place in the World Heritage List. These are spread almost over the globe, from South America to the Far East. One from India is Moidam's, the mound burial system of the Ahom dynasty. a cultural property included under criteria 3 and 4. Among the several exhibitions put up at the venue, mainly for the benefit of the participant, one of the most important was the one displaying various historical objects from different parts of India that was smuggled out of the country and have in recent decades been returned back to our country. This exhibition presented 25 such objects along with the moving stories behind the repatriation. I take this opportunity to congratulate Ministry of Culture for having launched Project Pari, being executed by Lalit Kala Academy and National Gallery of Modern Art, that seeks to bring forth public art that draws inspiration from millennia of artistic heritage, while incorporating modern themes and techniques. Over 200 artists from across India came together to give wings to their artistic imagination via wall paintings, murals, and sculptures, many of which either draw inspiration from tangible and intangible heritage of our nation. Also, I commend the Ministry of Tourism for their efforts in curating an exhibition that has captured the essence of India's diversity and provided a platform for the states to showcase their unique offerings to the delegates of World Heritage Committee. Dear delegates, the present 46th session has provided us new friendships, inputs, and ideas to augment our efforts in these fields. I take this opportunity to thank all of those, especially Archaeological Survey of India, who contributed for the success of 46th session of the World Heritage Committee. Before I conclude, I would like to say a few words as a takeaway from India or from Indian side for the delegates who has participated in this meeting. I would like to recite a shloka from Indian holy sculpture Rig Veda, which says, Om Samgachadvam Samvadadvam Samva Mananshi Janatam Deva Bhage Yatha Purve Sanjanana Upasate. This means, let us come together for a common cause. Let us speak in one voice. Let our minds be in sync with each other. Just as in ancient times, the gods shared their portion of sacrifice harmoniously. Om Samani Vayakuti Samana Hridayanive Samana Vastu Vo Mano Yatha Vasu Sahasati. And this means, let our aim be one and single, let our hearts be joined as one, united be our thoughts, may our intentions and aspirations be alike, may we be together in harmony. With these words, I hope you had comfortable and memorable stay herein and had an opportunity to visit World Heritage Sites in Delhi and elsewhere. I am happy to note that during the day off on Sunday, many of the delegates visited various monuments in Delhi and Agra. Hope your visit was fruitful. I hope you wish India again in near future. I wish you all a safe and comfortable journey back home. Vande Mataram.
Thank you, Mr. Minister, sir. May I request all our dignitaries now to take their seats in the front row. We will soon get the stage cleared for the performance by the Shillong Chamber Choir. Please remain seated, ladies and gentlemen. The Shillong Chamber Choir has been brought to us by the Northeastern Zonal Cultural Center. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, We present a musical extravaganza like no other. I request you to maximize your enjoyment this evening by keeping all your mobile phones in the silent mode and using the cameras as quickly as possible. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we transport you to the northeastern part of India, to the state of Meghalaya, that translates as the abode of clouds. In the heart of India's enchanting northeastern region, where lush green landscapes